Hi, everybody. Um, so before I get into what I wanted to chat about, um, I just wanted to admit that I lied to Janice, my neighbor slash friend. Um, I just went outside to bring the trash out. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, why do I go outside just when another neighbor is walking outside of their house and happens to see me? Like, it's the middle of the day. But I bring my trash out and I'm gonna go back inside, and then Janice is coming out of her house and she's like, "Hey, girlfriend." I was like, "Hi." And basically, like, she wants to know if me and Alicia can come over after dinner. Not that we even eat dinner together or that I even eat dinner because I don't eat normal meals. Um, so Alicia just got done like pet sitting, and I am almost positive that because when Janice does this, it's because she's going to pay um quite a bit, like she pays a lot for Alicia to stay over there. It is so much, and we never know, like, it's just we would rather do it for free than receive what she gives us. That sounds weird, but anyways, so I didn't want to do that, and the first thing that popped into my mind was I have a deadline for work. And so that's what I said. I said, I won't be able to because I have a deadline, because like we're shouting across the way. And I said, but Alicia will. And I didn't hear what she said. Something about like I can just spare a few minutes for the deadline or something. Oh my God, I feel terrible, but like I'm not going. And so I'm just gonna let Alicia know that like you have to go over because she's probably gonna give you money for staying. And she's gonna want to have like chats and conversation like normal people, and I do not want anything to do with that today. So because I don't like these last minute things. That hasn't changed. And I I can't do it. Like I don't care if it's like 5 hours from now. I don't care if it's like 10 hours from now. Like today is like that's last minute for me. It doesn't benefit me in any way to go over there cuz like Alicia gets all the money, and I don't mean that in a mean way. She deserves the money. I refuse to take any of it because I don't do anything. She's the one that lives over there and feeds the pets and does the things, and so I don't see any value in me being there, and I don't want to. I don't want to have to talk about shit that I don't want to talk about. So I'm gonna just I lied. Yep, I lied. I mean, I could invent a deadline for myself because I do give myself deadlines all the time. So I could turn this lie into like a kind of a not lie, but I don't know if it still counts as a lie when I said it if I didn't have a deadline. Did you follow that? So yeah, I lied to her about that just now. I will not be going over there tonight. Also, her sister Nadine, um, finally retired from the post office. She could have retired like a decade ago. I remember when we moved to the area, Janice was like bitching about Nadine working because Janice was already retired at that point, and Nadine could have just retired, but like in my opinion, to me, it seems like she doesn't really know what to do with like time to herself. And she's just one of those people that likes to be at work and like talk to people there. And, she don't have that no more because she's retired finally. And Janice had mentioned like a couple months back, like, we're probably going to do like a little celebration for Nadine. And, just a few of us will go out to dinner. And she named a couple of the neighbors on the street. And I thought to myself, bitch, last time you said that just a few people were going to be somewhere, there were like so many people. So I don't know if I'm gonna. There's nothing that's been decided. I don't know, like, when she's doing this. Could be tomorrow for all I fucking know. I don't want to go to that, but I might have to. I don't know. I don't want to, but I think I'm gonna have to. And so I'm just admitting that I am not at the point where I can just say no to everything I don't want to do. Because I'm worried about disappointing people, being perceived as rude. And I know that like Janice in her 70s and like Nadine, I don't mean it in like an age way. I shouldn't have said it that way. I just think that like with how the personalities of Janice and Nadine, I don't think they're going to understand why I really don't like doing these kinds of things. I've tried to explain it to Janice before, but I don't think she gets it. So I don't know. Um, and then another thing. Turns out, if you listen to like like a recent episode of mine, Alicia apparently got COVID for a third time. So she did this like thing with like the doctor on the computer. What do you call that? Telehealth? And they were asking her questions and stuff. And basically that doctor, because the doctor had said that she's been seeing people with the same kind of symptoms but not testing positive on tests, and like they've basically like said that it's like you're getting like it's COVID. um does that make sense? Like we gave her so many tests, she tested negative, but all of her symptoms have been the exact same the other two times she got COVID, so I believe it. I'm still a super dodger, hey. But anyways, this is a little bit concerning because like does this mean Alicia's gonna die like way earlier than she was supposed to? I don't mean to be morbid. I'm not trying to like make a joke out of it, but like this is very concerning because like there's long COVID, there's just the damage that COVID can do. And like there's no long-term studies because this shit's only been around for like 4 fucking years. So I'm nervous. Um, like I mentioned before, I've been planning for her to die at any point now. Not by my hand. I am not a murderer. Um, but like I don't like to be surprised with things. And she got COVID the first time and I really started planning for like, okay, this is what I'm going to do if she dies, so that like I know what I need to do, what's going on. Like it's just a preparation thing. But anyways, it may not sound like I'm worried, but I am. Has anybody out there gotten COVID for like 3 times? Have you gotten COVID more than 3 times? Like, can you email me and let me know like what that's like? It's okay if it's not good news. I just would like to know. Um, Also, and one more thing. So, like, I'm watching Silo. It's the show on Apple TV. I started it a year ago. I remember, like, thinking this is dumb, but it was probably because I wasn't paying attention. So I started watching it again, and it is so good. Um, the one thing I don't like about it is this Juliet character. Like, what is up with accents? When people are trying to, and this goes both ways, I'm not trying to be a dick here, but like, Nicole Kidman, for example, has been decades, she has decades been acting and playing a bunch of like American roles or whatever, where she can't talk in her normal Australian accent. And to this day, that bitch does not know how to hide her accent. Like she's not good at it when she tries to play American characters. And I don't know, like, why has nobody pointed this out? If they have, why hasn't she done anything about it? Why is she still getting paid all this money when she can't like properly do the accents? And I'm sorry if this sounds like annoying, but also I am kind of tossing it out there. Does anybody else like look for this stuff when like you're watching shows or movies? I do every fucking time. I can hear the accents. Like if somebody's playing an American character, I can hear if there's like a British accent underneath. Um, and I wish I could think of like the ones off the top of my head that are so good at American accents that I had no idea they were from other countries. And you know what I mean? I can't think of those. I feel bad for that, but those do exist. But like the Juliet character, if you've watched Silo, like she sounds like she's Swedish and Irish. At least that's what the IMDb thing said. I didn't look up to see what she actually sounds like in real life, but like she's trying to play an American accent, it sounds like, and it's not good at all. And fucking American actors do the same shit, try to play like British people or like, and they're not good at those accents either. Like sometimes I'm watching and I'm like, you can tell how much studying an actor did on a role because like if an American actor can really, really like, I mean, you know where I'm going with this. This is not what the episode's about, but that's fucking annoying. Like, can you guys like work on this stuff? Because apparently you get paid millions of dollars for pretending to be somebody you're not. Meanwhile, autistic people have done this for our whole fucking lives and don't get paid for this shit. And like, we've been really good at it. You people that don't know how to do the accents properly are not that good at it and shouldn't be getting paid millions of dollars. I should have saved this for like an autistically annoyed episode or something, but I had to say that. Anybody else feel the same way? Oh my God, how much time did I waste on that? Okay. Oh, fuck, 10 minutes. So what I got on here to say to talk about is social media just a little bit. Um in case there's anybody out there that doesn't do social media, because I didn't do it for the longest time until like this year actually. Um just some thoughts I have about the different sites. I'm not here to bash anything, like to be mean or anything like that. It's just things I've noticed in case anybody is like looking for other autistic people to connect with or whatever and you're like, "Oh, what websites should I what platforms should I go to?" So just in case this is helpful. I'm going to read I had an interaction with somebody. It went back and forth for a while. They like I don't know how we got talking about this, and I asked permission if I could just share this one part that I wrote because if I tried to paraphrase myself, I'll probably sound like I did the first 10 minutes of this episode. So here's what I said to this person about social media. I said, I realized how much my relationship with social media ties into me trying to understand myself as an autistic person. Social media isn't just a place where we connect. For me, and I imagine for you, or many of you, it's also a mirror that reflects back the ways we figure out communication, boundaries, and self expression. As a late identified autistic adult, I've spent a lot of time analyzing how I interact with others and how they interact with me. That lens naturally extends to social media. Different platforms encourage different kinds of interactions, and I've found that some align better with my needs and preferences than others. Some spaces feel like they were built for neurotypical norms that I've spent a lifetime adapting to, while others feel like they leave room for me to just be. I also think social media can amplify the challenges we already face in real life, like unspoken rules, overwhelming sensory input, and the pressure to mask. And at the same time, it can be an amazing tool for finding connection, clarity, and validation when used intentionally. Like that's the classy way to describe it. There's a reason why like I write more than I talk. Um, so here's like the not classy, whatever comes out of my mouth version. Just some thoughts about like some of the sites, like I said, like Blue Sky. I've been on there for a little bit. I can't figure that out. I post nonsense on there. Just like some of these platforms, I like to just post my dumb humor stuff because it's entertaining to me and sometimes people find it funny. But I can't figure out how to interact with more people on Blue Sky. I feel like the feed is just, I can't, it's just doesn't have it has bullshit that I don't want to see. Like I feel like I can't tailor what I want to see, like the content from the whatever. Um so I don't know about that platform just yet. I do know that lots of people have flocked there after the US election. I am one of them. And I did have I still call it Twitter. I did have an account. I had nobody on there I interacted with because I simply subscribed to like news sources so that like I can get updates for news from there. And I have long since deleted that fucking account because no thank you. Oh, I said I wouldn't talk bad about platforms, whatever. So like Blue Sky, I don't know. I don't know. Instagram. I like chatting with people on Instagram. Um, it doesn't seem very personal because like I just post memes and stuff and other people post like similar things and like you repost things and then you make a comment on something, but I've seen like posts where there's a bunch of people commenting and talking back and forth with each other, and to me that's hard to follow because visually it's hard for me to follow a thread in replies and this and that. Like, I have a hard time with that. And there's been a few people that have interacted with me in the messages section. Like, if you message me, that's way different, obviously. But like the comments, I can't. I don't know. Um, I like to be intentional with like whatever I say to somebody, but uh, I don't even know if any of that just made sense. Instagram's not bad, but like I don't find that it's like a good place for me to like personally connect, or if that's even like if you're even I don't know. Anyways, does anybody can you help me with that? I don't know what I'm asking, but maybe you can figure it out. The next thing is Threads since I'm on Instagram. Threads I think is my second favorite platform because as soon as I went on there, and I post dumb shit over there too, but as soon as I went on there, and I think I mentioned this before, all of a sudden, all of these autistic people popped up in the feed that like I didn't even have to curate. There was just this feed based on like stuff I've posted, based on like my interests, and my special interest is autism. And I could not fucking believe it. Like my mouth, I remember like my mouth was like hanging open, my eyes were, I was like, oh my God, there's more of us over here. And I didn't even have to spend any time searching because I like talking with other autistic people, and I also like I like talking with ADHD people because I like to try to understand how those two work together, autism and ADHD. But threads I really like. And I feel like people are more down to earth over there. You can have actual conversations, and there's just so many of us. It's amazing. I love it. Um, my first favorite platform is Substack. It's where all my personal stuff goes. And I've talked about that probably plenty of times. To me, like I know I know platforms change. I like Twitter used to be really good until it wasn't. And I know that that is a risk for any platform. But for the meantime, I'm going to just enjoy that Substack is not like that. At least my experience of it hasn't been anything like negative. I haven't had to like block a bunch of assholes, just a couple. Um, People write good shit over there. Like they share their thoughts. They give me peeks and like a little peek into like their soul or whatever. And it floors me how vulnerable people just put their shit out there for other people to read. And you know, it's just that's crazy to me. But I feel most connected to people on Substack. It's intuitive. The platform's easy for me to use. I can follow threads and replies and stuff like that pretty easily. Um, and I feel really seen over there. I feel like, especially, you know, the last few months or so, like, I don't know, I'm just, I could go on and on, but Substack, in my opinion, is the place to be if you're looking for a community, or at least a place to go to see, like, if you're interested in whatever's over there. Um, and then TikTok, isn't that gonna die in the US in like a month? I keep hearing that like by mid-January, like we're not gonna have it anymore. I feel really bad for the people that make money off of it. Oh my God, that's not fair. That is not fair. Like that is like a lot of people's source of income and they're just gonna fucking do away with it over some bullshit that you can't even prove. Like so stupid. It doesn't affect me because I again post dumb shit over on TikTok. Just dumb shit. I only know how to like post a certain kind of thing. I don't even like do videos or anything. So like for me, it's not gonna matter if that goes away. But trying to interact with people over on TikTok feels impersonal. Um, you know, it's just like comments on videos and stuff. So like I don't know that like I am a fan of like TikTok, but I do understand like why people are and like I'm not a video person. That's why I don't do like YouTube or anything. Like I don't like watching videos unless there's something really good about them. I don't like to just watch people talk. I have better like I want to like listen and do something at the same time. You know what I mean? Anyways, and then the other platform that I wanted to just mention is LinkedIn. I can't figure that one out. I'm over there. I just do random posts about things and LinkedIn is so confusing. It's not intuitive at all. It is so hard for me to figure out like just their format for the feed is just so stupid. I don't even know how to explain it because it won't sound right. But it's hard for me to figure out if I'm following somebody. It's hard for me. The messages section just pops up when you don't want it to. Like I like nothing about the fucking format of LinkedIn. And a lot of the content I read, like I get it's a professional website. It's for people who are professionals, like looking to connect and blah blah blah, like work stuff or whatever. It's pretty dry over there, in my opinion. I found some autistic creators that do like they post good shit. And I guess like I am a feelings person, so like I'm always looking for something that like makes me feel something. So like when I read a dry piece of content, it's like, I don't know, that maybe that's rude, but So I just have started posting some stuff that has a little bit more feeling in it because I was playing the game too with just doing serious stuff. And like I've noticed that if you write things that make people feel something, like they might want to read more of it and they might want to interact with you. And so like all of a sudden people started interacting with me, and there was like a couple weeks that went by that I didn't even know that I was getting comments and stuff because LinkedIn is confusing to me. And then the dread I felt when I realized people have been trying to talk to me for a couple weeks, and it probably looks like I'm ignoring them because I've said shit because I didn't even know that they were commenting. Like that site sucks for like the formatting. It sucks. Who the fuck out there finds LinkedIn easy to use? It is not easy to use for me. Anyways, my goal is to stay on LinkedIn and to just post things with a little bit more feeling in them, maybe because like that platform needs some personality injected into it. I'm not saying that nobody has I shouldn't have said that. It makes it sound like like nobody knows what they're doing over there, and that's not true. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure this out cuz like I don't like boring things, and LinkedIn seems really stuffy and boring to me, so I'm trying to spice it up, and I don't even know that I'm doing that good of a job. But anyways, so the best platforms in my opinion for if you're looking to connect with other autistic people, just based on my experience, uh, Substack and Threads are the two that I find the most useful for me, especially when I'm having like a shit day and like somebody posts something fucking hilarious and like it makes me think about something different for a couple of minutes. So I don't know how helpful this was. I would also like to know, are there any other platforms I could visit to connect with you guys that I don't know about? Because I feel like all of what I just said, everybody that's listening to this already knows, and I always feel like I'm the last person to like find out about things, and then here I am talking about it, and like I wonder, like people probably already know this stuff. I don't know, maybe not. Okay, well, there was a purpose to this episode. I'm sure I said what it was. If you got anything out of it, oh, thank you. And then can you please email me with those questions that I asked earlier? I don't remember what they were. What were they about? Accents, yes. I want to know if people feel the same way that I do about accents because it's one of those things I've never heard anybody, just anybody, not necessarily autistic, but anybody talk about. I really need to hear from somebody that like picks up on this stuff and it bothers them just as much as it bothers me so that like I can feel a little bit better about this and maybe like have somebody to chat to about it or chat with about it. Anyways, my brain is like wow, wow. So I'm gonna go. Thank you for listening. Um, okay, bye.